Lance Medow, Paul Dottino here with you on Giants.com. As we inch closer to the start of training camp, the Giants have beefed up the roster, both at wide receiver and running back. They add former Buffalo Bills wideout Cole Beasley and former Jets and Jaguars running back James Robinson. So, Paul, let's start with Cole Beasley first. Here we go, another familiar face. He was connected to Joe Schoen and Brian Dable in Buffalo. They were together for 3 seasons from 2019 to 2021. You look at the volume of receivers in the room, it is growing as we speak, specifically those who can assume the slot position.
Well, this makes wide receiver number 15 on the Giants' 90-man training camp roster. And when you talk about the slot, which is obviously where Beasley has played as he goes into his 12th NFL season, you're looking at guys like Robinson and Shepard, who are coming off serious injuries, so we don't really know their status right now. And then guys like Mickens and Crowder. I mean, all of a sudden, there is a real logjam there. Now, remember, when Beasley was in Buffalo, Brian Dable was the offensive coordinator, so he was scheming up a lot of stuff to get Beasley open. In fact, in 2020, Beasley was second-team All-NFL when he caught a career-high 82 passes, which he matched the next season. And in that 2020 season, over 950 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was stellar, and this coming after his 30th birthday. So understand that Brian Dable sees a very wily and crafty veteran who he believes, at the very least, is going to add some intangibles to that room.
Beasley, to your point, he just turned 34. He'll be entering his 12th season. In those 3 seasons in Buffalo, he was targeted at least 100 times in each of them. So, Paul, to your point, he was a big part of their offensive scheme. Could very well be a security blanket for Daniel Jones. Time will tell. There's a lot of competition at the receiver position. They can only keep so many. Let's move now to the running back depth chart, because James Robinson is somebody that was an undrafted player, went to Jacksonville his rookie year. He gets 1,000 yards. He had 80 receptions in the first 2 seasons. Then he tore his Achilles tendon, Paul, at the tail end of 2021.
Yeah.
Split last season with the Jets and the Jaguars. But here's another player that could be a big bruiser and also can provide receptions out of the backfield.
Yeah, physical player with good hands. I think the thing you need to note here is that he is now the 5th running back on the Giants' 90-man training camp roster. 4th year in the NFL. You mentioned the fact that he had the 1,000 yards as a rookie. You know, he was undrafted, which makes him only the 4th player in NFL history to be undrafted as a rookie and rush for over 1,000 yards. I mean, he made a very big splash. But then what happened in Jacksonville? They drafted Travis Etienne, and they knew that he was going to be their future. So Robinson's carries got reduced. He then had the Achilles injury, as you mentioned. He was unhappy there. The Jets had Breece Hall go down with an ACL injury, so they were looking for a back. They made the trade, and that's how Robinson landed here at MetLife Stadium with Gangrene for some token appearances toward the second half of last season.
They have Matt Breida. They just drafted Eric Gray and Gary Brightwell, who's been on the roster as well. So now James Robinson enters the mix as potential complements to Saquon Barkley. Lance Medow, Paul Dottino with you here on Giants.com as we inch closer to the start of training camp. Stay locked to Giants.com for all the latest.